Okay, so hello, good morning, everybody, and I hope you have a very nice coffee break. Yes, we are having this session from Flix on 7 best practices for conversational UX design for IVR. I'm gonna tell later what is an IVR. It's actually a very old technology. I don't know what I'm doing a machine learning track speaking about IVRs basically. And yes, so I'm representing here today Flix. Flix is also a German company founded in 2013, offering sustainable, comfortable, and affordable transportation by bus and train in Europe, Brazil, and in the United States. And we are offering bus transportation, also we are offering train transportation. So yeah, this is Flix. And yeah, for today, I want to share with you some best practices for making your conversational IVR more, for making your IVR more conversational. And before there, I'm gonna share the Flix vision and the current state on our contact center. And at the end, I will basically wrap everything up in some key takeaways. So on my side, I'm Carmen Martínez, and I work as a senior conversational UX designer at Flix Mobility Tech, just on the other side of the street. And I'm working in customer service automation with conversational AI. Obviously, I'm not doing this alone at FlixBus. It's actually impossible. So I'm working in a cross-disciplinary team entailed by software engineers. One of them are sitting there today, and some data scientists and front-end engineers, and of course working very much in continuous collaboration with collaborations as a value with our customer service and operational system stakeholders. My background is in linguistics. I'm a linguist, I'm a conversation analyst. Conversation analysis is an area of sociolinguistics that studies human-to-human conversation from the point of view of structure and intent. And basically, the core of my work is to transfer this knowledge about human-to-human communication into human-to-system communication for making our conversational interfaces more useful and usable. And well, if you read Spanish, I'm the author of Conversar en Español, un enfoque desde el análisis de la conversación that has been published in Berlin last year. That was my entertainment during the pandemics, basically. And yeah, what is our Flix vision for customer service automation? This is the current state of affairs of our contact center hotlines using telephony. As you can see, it is super complex. For FlixBus, we have only 18 different languages. We have English as a global language for support, so independently of the market you are, and independently of the language you speak, you can always contact us in English because we are a global company. And we use English also for the UK, German, for Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, Polish, French, and Italian from France, and Italian also for Switzerland, Portuguese for Portugal, Portuguese for Brazil, because we operate now also in Brazil, Swedish, Dutch, Spanish for Spain, for this case, Turkish, Hungarian, Romanian, Croatian, Ukrainian, and Bulgarian. And this is only FlixBus. For FlixTrain, we operate in Germany and Sweden only currently, so the model is the same. Global support language English, and also supported in German and Swedish. And after the acquisition of Greyhound in 2021, October 2021, we have English also for the United States, and Spanish in the Latin American variety for our client in Mexico and the Spanish speakers of the USA, and Canadian friends, because we operate also now in Canada. So very complex, and of course we aim for standardization and for scaling our contact center through automation, so we can save money to the company on this very complex and very huge customer service support that we have currently over telephony. So in a very, very, very high level, basically we are aiming to do this, or this is actually happening in practice in 3 phases. No? So at the first stage, of the automation of the contact center, we have a human-first support in which if you are calling us, our phone calls are going straight to the human agent. Yes, there is an IVR in the middle, there is routing actions, but you are going to speak with a human, and this process is optimized for data processing. So we want to do everything in an organized manner, and through the interaction, basically collect that data that give contextuality and also personalization to the interactions and scale from that and automate from that. The second phase is an hybrid model in which we have a human-first support, but the system is implemented. It's the one in which we are currently the one that we are currently developing. And yeah, that means that if you are calling us, there is routing practices that are going to lead you to the human agent, but there is also automations. And the final goal, the very long vision in 3-5 years is to have a system-first customer service support, almost fully automated, in which when you will call us, the phone call will be attended by default by the conversational agent. And if there is a contact reason that is complex enough that cannot be handled by the automation, then it will be routed to the human agent. So this is the plan in a very high level. And what is an IVR? And IVR is a very old technology. IVR stands for interactive voice response, and basically it's a technology that allows humans to communicate with a computer system over telephony. And you can use for that voice or also the keypad input, like when you have to press 1, 2, 3, you can also use the DMF tones. And this is an IVR in a technical definition, but when people think about IVRs, this is actually what it comes to their mind now. You are having a problem and you have to call your bank and, or I don't know, a company that is providing a service to you, and there is this IVR there, and it's making you very angry, and the only thing that you want to do is to speak with a human. And this is because IVRs, because the limitations of the technology back in the 90s are created, I would say generally, although generalizations are dangerous, with this, please don't call us mentality. No? So the IVR is like the first line of defense. So you cannot speak with me, you know, like go to a website, like find another way because, no, we don't like this call. And yeah, when you experience this IVR interaction, actually you can realize that they are full of these call avoidance strategies. And as a metric of the call center abandonment rate, it's not always read in a negative way. And this is because they are populated with these kind of messages about, there is 3 hours of average waiting time there, or there is an unusual activity that is going on, or they are down, or there is these very long messages that also I will introduce you to with a lot of information but actually they are not actionable. The very hateable elevator music, that you are paying money for while you are on waiting there. And well, some of them, they aim to be conversational, but actually misrecognition of voice input is also a common mistake, a common issue with them. Okay, and the vision is that we cannot speak with our customers implementing this mentality to our IVR and to our customer service, because actually we need the data. We need the conversations, we need the data of the all context of each interaction brings along, and for that we want to implement an IVR with a please call us kind of philosophy, in which we will be able to really establish conversation with our callers to create persistent conversations so we can engage them in the interaction, so we can understand the reason of the call and start to analyze and classify and make sense of all of that data. And with that, to make decisions regarding, is this contact reason automatable? Can we create a conversational automation out of it? Is this a case for self-service solution? Because another aspect in customer service is not fully automation. It's also the routing of the client to the self-service tool that it has available in our webpage. And well, when the contact reason cannot really be handled through automation and self-service solution, we have to be like super aware that by default and with the less friction possible should be routed into the human agent, and therefore we are providing very meaningful human support and helping the company to save cost. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce you to the 7 best practices for IVR, a conversational UX design. And as everybody speaks, you don't need to be a linguist, and everybody has used an IVR. I think that you will be able to make sense of some of the linguistic principles I'm sharing with you here. And the first best practice I want to share with you is to avoid apologetic language and vocabulary with negative sentiment. No, this is a very typical action into IVR responses in which they are adding in the messages everything that they cannot do for you in the channel. No, this is super negative because it creates really an unfavorable image for the brand and a frustrating caller experience. And I'm going to play the example as a demo for you.
We're sorry that we can't offer any further support to you over this contact channel. Please visit the help section of our website, which offers solutions to all our customers' frequently asked questions.
Okay, so I'm not very happy after listening to this. So what can you do instead of using negative language? You can actually be transparent. You can acknowledge to the customer, and I know that this is quite a hard state to say, that you are not supporting that case over the telephone hotline, but you can facilitate the routing of the person to the self-service tool that you have in your company. And you can do it through a more like positive language. Like, by the way, did you know that you can do this by yourself? And to do so, you need to do that. Or in the best case, I'm going to show you later, you can also send an SMS to your customer and route them with a link to the right self-service tool.
Did you know you can cancel your booking on our website? To do so, first visit the service page and then select Manage My Booking.
Okay, second best practice, use caller-centric vocabulary. What do I mean with that? I mean that also IVRs are full of this business and technology jargon. And then when you use this terminology, the normal customer becomes like confused, no? And also these formalities of the language, they're introducing a distant tone with the customer. And yeah, this is also depends with the brand. For FlixBus, because the demographic of our customers, we don't want to sound like distant to our customers.
Please verify your input.
Okay, so what is verified and what is input? Maybe you want to say that you want to enter again your booking number.
Please enter your booking number again.
And this voice of the customer terminology, they're actually also in the data. They are in the logs of your conversation, and it's a best practice to replace them with the terminology that the customer used themselves. Okay, third best practice, control the density of politeness markers. What is a politeness marker? A politeness marker is a word like please, thank you, or conditional terms of the language, of the verbs, like I would like you to, I invite you to a coffee, that express deference to the other speaker. Human politeness is good in human-to-human communication. No? If you are nice, if you are polite to other people, normally you get more benefits from your social interactions. But actually, when you try to apply this politeness to human-to-system communication, systems start to be perceived by the user like flattering and obsequious. It's not normal for systems to be polite, because system has to be reliable and efficient. And also there is a problem with this copy, that a problem with the, another issue with the problem of politeness that comes along, and is the use of the we as a pronoun. No? And normally in IVR, when they are speaking about the brand persona, they say, well, we cannot help you anymore because you are representing the brand, but now there is a conversational agent speaking on the other end. There is a system, there is a persona. There you have to personify it, you have to use I. And I'm gonna play the demo for you so you can make a better sense of how inadequate is the use of, especially of the many thank yous there in the interaction.
Please enter your 10-digit booking number after this message.
Okay, and you have to imagine that the booking number is inputted.
Thank you. Hold on a second while we verify your input. Thank you. We have found your reservation.
Okay, too polite. And yeah, I'm gonna play you the 10 first seconds of the video, and maybe you are gonna make a better sense of this with it.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
And David then is super frustrated, no? Because Hal was super polite, but actually what he has to do is to open the bay pods. He has to be efficient, and he has to be reliable, and he has to be, and well, I'm not speaking out Hal, I'm speaking out the conversational system of FlixBus now, and it has to be, the system has to be personified using I, because there is a system persona, and this is another, we are going now into ethics of AI and transparency by design. Yeah, we have to do these personifications and also establish the limits of system agency when we design. And also there is a best practice of using passive voice when the system is acting is describing backend process to the user. It's acting like the interface that describes what is happening in the backend. No? So your booking has been identified. There is this difference of process that I do as a system and processes that I describe. And of course, thank you is too much, but please is necessary when the system explicitly requests that the human user has to perform an action, because humans can command systems, but systems cannot command humans.
Please enter your booking number followed by the hash key.
Input.
Your booking has been identified.
Okay, and this is the new copy. The next one, I'm not going to even play the whole demo, but everybody has been exposed to these very lengthy instructions in which, yeah, there is also the red flag there. There is like 98 words, and this is 1 minute long to be read aloud by Polly. So this is not going to work because this is connected with the short-term memory of humans. If you are not face-to-face and it's not a multimodal interaction, your short-term memory collapses after 10 seconds. So, and we know that this caller experience don't improve, this lengthy announcement don't improve the caller experience.
If you already have a booking number but want a copy of your booking
because I don't want to make you annoyed, but yeah, you know, although we know that they're not gonna improve the user experience, maybe if we put them inside, they will hang up. Yeah, but this, we have to remember everybody, but we want the data. We want them to talk to us. Okay, and how can you solve this problem? So basically, this is very easy, like making the announcements as shorter as possible. And if you have really a very long explanation and something that they are supposed to do by themselves, route them to the self-service option now by sending also a link in the SMS.
Did you know that you can send a new copy of your booking to your mailbox from our website? To do so, follow the link in the SMS you just received.
And they can read all the information in the FAQ article in the web page, because actually it was an information complex enough to be read, not to be listened. Okay, next best practice. Also, in this very long announcement, you have to provide the instructions according to the mental model of the caller. And what does it mean? This that your announcement has to be logic, no? And here this message is ambiguous because you are giving some instructions, but you are referring at the same time to the FlixBus app and the FlixBus website. The user is gonna get confused.
All information about additional and oversized luggage can be found in our FlixBus app or on the FlixBus website under the menu service, submenu luggage.
Okay, so how can you solve this? By designing actionable announcements. And what is an actionable announcement? Announcement that contain tasks that are super simplified, and they are listed them in the order in which they should be replicated by the caller, and also they are connected through enumerations like first, second, and then.
Did you know that you can check the information for special luggage on the website? To do so, first visit the service page, and then select luggage.
Okay, we are getting to the end. So the next best practice refers to a very sensible point of the caller experience inside of an IVR, that is the menu of options. And we know that this doesn't work. The classic best practice is to reduce them to a maximum of 5 options, but again, human working memory is limited. So even when you're going to realize that you're going to press 5, you're already in 7, so you will press listen again. And you need a listen again because there are too many, no? I'm not going to play it.
To buy a ticket, press...
Because it's annoying. And why are they doing this? Because they were doing dual multimodal tone frequency, and therefore they wanted everything inside of the menu, and this is the old model. But we are aiming now to this model in which the interaction is implicit. I'm going to the end. I have only 2 seconds more. And how can we do this interaction more implicit? Basically, we cannot fix this problem of the menu just accumulating the ones that you think that you are going to receive more calls at the beginning, because this process will never be optimized. You know, like maybe everybody wants to buy a ticket because the experience is so good, but somebody will call you about, can I bring my dog into the FlixBus? You're going to get always these kind of questions. So what is the solution here? Implicit menu navigation, or therefore NLU-supported automations. So you need intent recognition of natural language, and you need all the caller context, because the final goal is that if you are traveling from Cologne, for example, to Berlin on Friday, last Friday, for the long weekend, and you are entering Berlin at 6 p.m. and it's Monday, and it's 1 p.m. and your FlixBus is leaving from there back to Cologne in 2 hours, if you are calling us through your caller ID, through your booking number, we can just hit the how may I help you question. I need the address of my bus stop in Berlin, and then maybe through an iteration of predictions, I can predict fairly enough that, yeah, you're going back to Cologne in 2 hours, you need the bus stop is there in Alexanderstrasse 3. Okay, so this was the end. So the conclusion is that IVRs are dead, or we want to terminate them. And what we need is a UX also for this technology that will allow for natural conversation, for caller input integration into big data iterations, so we can make sense of the data we have at hand, start from them, and provide meaningful human support for solving complex enough problems. And yeah, if you found this content interesting, there is a full article on LinkedIn about it. I have been publishing about conversational UX design from 2018. And yeah, if you read Spanish, please buy the Peterland book, okay? I'm gonna get so much readers today. Okay, and thank you very much for your attention from FlixBus, and I'm open for questions now.
All right.